What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost. I'm tired. It's been a long day today dealing with this snow. I'm out here in the boondocks of Oregon. Or no, I'm in Idaho now, and I have no service. I tried going live with YTTA in their network, and it told me my connection was too weak. So I'll try it again tomorrow. But I'm dropping this video today to speak on how to protect your LLC. I'm also editing video like always. So yeah, basically a lot of people in the trucking industry have LLCs, but the question is, how protected is your LLC in the event that you get sued? So, you know, I'm just gonna drop some knowledge on how to protect yourself and what that actually means. Because even though you have an LLC, 9 times out of 10, yeah, you're protected, but at the same time, you're not protected. There's always ways around that. So I'm going to give out a little info on those different ways to keep people out of hot water if they ever get in hot water. First, you got to understand how an LLC works. LLC is, you know, limited liability company, and then, you know, which offers liability protection, but it's not absolute. And that means you own a business and your business is protected in the event that you get sued to a certain extent. So they can't come after your personal side, but that's to a certain extent though. So one thing that you got to think about when you start an LLC is you want to have LLC asset protection policy, or at least protection strategy. So sit down and, you know, jot that out, like, you know, write it all down. One thing you also got to know is if your LLC can't pay its debt, the creditors will go after your bank account or your assets. So say if you owe $600 and you have a truck that's worth $600, they're going to go after that. Or if you have that truck, you have $600 sitting in the bank, they're going to take that out. So that's something to think about. But there's also exceptions to those rules too, with, you know, these creditors that go after your whatever you call it, your bank accounts for your business and all that, and the assets that your business owns. Owners, they're still liable for debt they have personally guarantored or guaranteed. And then you also may be liable for unpaid payroll taxes since you're the business owner. That's something to think about. And also, the owner of the company will be liable if you're sued for your own wrongdoing. So that's something to think about too. So I would suggest consulting an attorney when you're starting a LLC, because, you know, they can put you up on game on some things legally, on the legal side of it. And then number 2, you want to maintain your LLC as an independent entity. So biggest one that a lot of people who have LLCs make mistakes on, they mix personal assets with corporate assets. So, you know, they'll go out and what they'll do is they'll go out and they'll buy a car, or, you know, they'll buy something that they just use for their personal use, and they don't use it for their business's use. So it'll get them caught up, and that's called being an alter ego for business, or breaking your corporate veil. So you don't want to do that. So how do you prevent yourself from doing that? You keep records separate. If you're doing business, you keep your business separate from your personal. Now, in between that, you can mix business and pleasure, but you really have to know what you're doing. Like, you're taking a vacation, you can also do it as a business trip. You just have to know what you're doing, and you have to separate your pleasure time from your business time. And the same with having assets within your business, because it'll get you. So keeping records separate. So keep your accounts, bank accounts separate, credit cards, your contracts, your invoices, purchase orders, and any other important documents. Just keep them all separate. And one thing you do is you always have your LLC name on them and sign on behalf of the LLC. So, man, I don't even have any on the truck, but whenever I bill a company for a service that, say, if we'll say somebody wants some speakers. So what I do is I'll write a invoice for, Steel Hogging Productions. I'll go get the invoice that have my business stuff on it. I'll put down whatever I sold them, and then I'll basically have them sign it, and then I just basically file it once, however they pay, credit, debit, whatever. So boom, that right there keeps me out of hot water, since I'm a corporation. It keeps my business stuff separate from my personal. So when I go back to my bookkeeping, and at the end of the year, I have everything all in line. So that way, can't nobody do nothing to me or come after me for trying to break my corporate veil, because I do everything by the book. And I also have a good attorney and a good CPA. Yeah. Also, you want to have business credit established, that's one of the main reasons, that a lot of business owners, they get sued and they lose everything, including their personal, because their business credit. And for instance, there's a dude that commented, his name is Tyrone Ingram, because he claims he has his credit cards and all that as a personal guarantor and all this other stuff. Well, I mean, you can do that, but just know if your business goes under, guess what? You're liable to pay that debt, that $30,000 debt, $40,000 debt that high Amex card that you got. If your business goes under, guess what? You just acquired $40,000 worth of debt, because you personally guaranteed to make that $30,000, $40,000 payment, because your business couldn't. Guess what? You just signed yourself up to make those payments and back your business. So that's something to think about, since, I mean, this dude claims that you should just use your personal social security for everything. But no, in the business world, you shouldn't do that, because that's the difference between people that make a whole lot of money in business and people that don't make a lot of money in business. Because somebody goes and co-signs for $100,000 credit card or truck or whatever, and say if that business goes under, guess what? You just personally acquired that to your personal credit. So that's just something to really think about for people that claim that, oh yeah, you gotta use your personal credit. No, real business people, they know that it's no. If I can't personally, if I have to personally guarantor something or guarantee something, I don't need it. And if I do, it's gonna be for something small. I'm not gonna go out there and buy a $400,000-$500,000 apartment complex, rent it all out for it to go under, and then I just acquired that debt. Come on now, that's not thinking like a businessman. Oh man, people. But yeah, fourth thing, you want to keep just enough money in the business. Say if you're sued, and basically you get sued, you want to keep enough money in there to keep the creditor satisfied. Now, there's ways of going about that, which I'll drop a video talking about it. But you just don't want to sit up there and just take money out and move it like say, especially if you're in the process of either filing bankrupt for your business, or you have a creditor wanting some money and they take you to court, and the judge sees that you had just took money out of the business and then claim that you were broke. Guess what? They're gonna come after you, and they're gonna find that money, and the judge is gonna make you find that money. So there's ways of doing that, but you just want to keep enough money in your business to where you in the event you're sued, you don't lose it all. And there's ways of doing that. If you have a good CPA and a good lawyer, they can guide you in the right direction on how to do that. So I hope this video shined a little light on everything about keeping the LLC safe in the event that you're sued. Because I see a lot of people make videos about LLCs and stuff, but nobody really talks about how you can still be sued and be responsible personally for it. So love, peace, prosperity. I gotta finish up some editing, and then I'm about to jump on the PlayStation, so I will holler at y'all later. Love, peace, prosperity. It's your boy Ghost. Look for my next video. Deuces.